Hey guys, it's your girl Bianca B and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, make sure you guys check out my past celebrity interviews, vlogs, and makeup tutorials. So today we are talking all about Life series. And this particular video is very special to me because it is recently how I felt. And that is how to overcome failures. And I wanted to make this video because I feel as though when you are on the journey of success and just trying to accomplish goals, there are times in your life where you feel like a failure with your career, with love, with friendships, with like different ideas that you have. Sometimes you feel like a failure. So I'm gonna give some tips on how I've personally coped with overcoming failures and the thoughts of like, oh my God, I failed. Oh my God, I'm not successful. Oh my God, I should be here. I should be there. And so this video is all about how to overcome failures. Before we get into this, I wanted to talk about what is the definition of failure. And according to Google, failure means lack of success. So failure means lack of success. And I think you have to go back to what is your definition of success. For me, success means having a goal and accomplishing it. And so kind of just like hone in on what does success mean to you. Define success because everybody's version of success is different. Success can mean to you having a lot of money, but to someone else, financial security, just in general, making a certain amount of money this month. I don't necessarily have to be wealthy, but success doesn't mean wealthy to me. It may mean something different to you. So find out what's your definition of success. First step is I think of failures as humble experiences. Failure to me is a humble experience. Out of all the times I felt like a failure, it actually humbled me. So I'm gonna give you a couple of examples. When I was in film school, I created a show called The Bianca B Show. And it was lavish, it was crazy. And once I graduated, I felt like a failure. I felt like I had made this big show, I had gained this huge following, I started meeting celebrities, and I felt like everything was taken away from me once I graduated and didn't have the funds to have a full production. And I felt like a failure. From like 2015 to 2017, I was really depressed. I was in a very low state of mind and I didn't feel accomplished. I was struggling. I just felt like not successful. I felt like, oh my God, I had not only competed with myself, but competed with my peers because so many people had doubted me when I was in film school of this show. And I felt as though like, gosh, I failed myself. Not necessarily other people, but I personally felt like I failed. And so I had to realize over time that failures are humbling experiences. And as I get older, you know, even like 2 weeks ago, I felt like a failure. And the reason why I felt like a failure was because I had moved to New York, then LA, moved to New York. Every job was a failure. Every job was just like, oh my God, not this again. Oh my God, not this again. I thought I was doing great. Oh my God, not this again. And I had to realize and sit back and be like, you are blessed. You've come so far. You said that you want to be an entrepreneur. Now it's time to be an entrepreneur. And sometimes you have to be careful what you wish for because you're like, well, God, I didn't ask for this right now. Like I need to save to be an entrepreneur. But think of failures. The first tip is think of failures as humble experiences. And please ignore Harpo, please, because he's just hopping around. The second tip is maybe you aren't ready yet. And I know that can sound very harsh. Maybe whatever that opportunity is that you wanted, maybe you aren't ready yet. Maybe, for example, you're a fashion designer and you want to start your own brand and you see your brand is not being successful once you launch. Maybe you weren't ready yet because you needed to learn about different fabrics. You needed to learn about different skill sets that you didn't have, or intern or shadow for someone. You didn't do that, so you didn't learn proper steps to be the best fashion designer. So always look at those things like maybe you aren't ready yet. Maybe I need to learn something else in order to be successful at whatever it is that I want to be successful in. So, for example, with me, as far as starting a show, I just started the show and didn't have any idea what I was doing. And once I really got into film and really started working on different talk shows, I was like, oh my God. I didn't know anything. I wasn't ready yet. I wasn't ready to be a host. I wasn't ready to have my own production company. I just wasn't ready because I needed to learn different skill sets that I didn't know. So maybe you aren't ready yet. The next step, rejection is God's protection. And I know we hear that a lot, but it is so true. Sometimes God, when you get rejected from things, maybe God is really, really protecting you from something. So I'm gonna give y'all an example. So back in 2015, 2017 depression era, I went to a temp agency and tried to get a job. And I could not thank this lady enough. Her name was Shona, and she was just like, she looked at my resume. She was the hiring rep, and she was just like, you know, I don't know if God is telling me to tell you this, but I want you to contact your old bosses. And she was like, I get commission off this, but she was just like, your resume, it does not fit for the jobs that, you know, like you're better than these jobs. And she was just like, this was on a Friday, and I kid you not, on Monday, my old boss from VH1 contacted me and was like, hey, I'm working on something with E. I want you to be an AP for this E project. And if it wasn't that lady really saying like, you deserve better, or I know there's something out there better for you, I probably would have been like not as far in my career if it wasn't for that lady and believing in me. So always think about God. If you are religious, God sometimes is really protecting you. Most of the time he's protecting you. And sometimes it takes strangers to come in your life, a complete stranger come in your life and tell you, hey, you're doing great. Or keep going. Or sometimes it takes a stranger to believe in you more than your family, more than your friends. Sometimes it takes someone, I call them angels, to be like, you're on the right track. You're doing a good job. You're doing great. So rejection is God's protection. The next tip is, it has to be a why in everything that you do. Always think about the why. Why am I doing this? What is the outcome of this? What do I want from this? Always think about the why. And remember why you started. I think sometimes we get so caught up in this luxury item, this, that, boom, boom, boom. But remembering the why you started and why you decided to be an actor, be an actress, go back to the core value of your why. I think sometimes we lose that and we get discouraged. And I'm only speaking off experience, and I have felt this way. There are days where I lack. Just like 2 weeks ago, I said I felt like a failure. That's why I'm making this video, because I know how to get out of those bad thoughts. I personally have skill set myself to where I can get out of those bad, depressed, low moments. And this is why I'm sharing this to whoever it is that needs to hear this, because it was heavy on my heart yesterday. Like, I need to share like how I overcome the thoughts and the bad thoughts of failure. And so always remember your why. Why am I posting this? Why am I creating this YouTube video? Why? Always think about your why and why you're doing something. The next tip is, you never know who you'll motivate. If you just go out there and just do it and get out of your head, you never know who you can motivate. So for example, I created this live series, right? And I released a video yesterday of a clip of one of the last videos that I did. And I got so many DMs, it was crazy. And I was just like, I didn't think that this video would impact anyone, because you know, my viewerships came from celebrity interviews, okay? Like, my most top views on my YouTube channel are celebrity interviews. I'm no longer doing that. So my views are going down as of right now. So I'm like, nobody's gonna watch this, but I'm gonna just post it. It is what it is. Like, you know, I'm not interviewing celebrities anymore. That's my old life. I'm not doing that anymore. That's just not the space that I am in. The space that I am in right now is creating content of value of my why. Why am I creating this content? Because yes, I can interview a celebrity, but it's just a name. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, long story short, you never know who you can motivate. And the last tip, going into something knowing you did your best. And this is specifically for a relationship. If you feel like a failure within your relationship, knowing that you winning, you love this person, you did the best that you could, and you did it. But that's it. And that's okay. Knowing that you did your best. But go into something knowing that you did your best. And that's all that matters. Whether that's a job, whether that's an internship, a relationship, knowing that you did the best that you could. And just remember that. So it's your girl Bianca B. Comment below. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at it's Bianca B. Sorry if it's hot and I'm moving. And sorry if Harpo was just like all over the place, but I wanted to get this video out there. And it's your girl Bianca B, and I'll talk to you guys later. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Bye guys.